Hey guys, welcome back to The Tried Truth. Today, quick review of this fragrance here, Zadig and Voltaire. It is, this is him, and the fragrance has been around since 2016. I've heard a lot about it. I've kind of overlooked it, and I found a tester bottle, Aura fragrance. They don't advertise, and maybe that's why they keep the prices down. So I was able to pick this one up at a steal on Black Friday. It took a little while to get here, and that's okay. Like I said, they use USPS, and there was some delays coming out of Texas. But anyway, let's get into this one. So just a quick thing about it. It is an amber woody fragrance, but it's also listed as an oriental amber woody or oriental woody. Either way, you kind of get this accord, warm, spicy, amber, vanilla, woody, fresh, spicy, smoky, balsamic, powdery, citrus, and aromatic type of accord to it. Anyway, so I went ahead and I did a full wearing of the fragrance yesterday, and I enjoy it a lot. I wanted to be able to speak on performance. First impressions don't always provide enough information for the reviewer. You kind of need to experience the fragrance. Anyway, with the, I hear a lot about this, but with the testers, right here at the bottom, you'll see that it says, what does it say? It says not for sale, okay? So the tester. That's so that when the tester is in the store, that they know that it is a tester bottle, and that particular bottle is not for sale to the public. But doesn't mean that testers can't be sold by distributors. It just means that so the store knows not to sell the tester bottle. Anyway, no big deal. But anyway, let's get into this fragrance. So as far as a classification, like I said, amber woody fragrance for men. So if you have a collection of fragrances, so where would this one go on the shelf? I'll tell you right now. I'd put it on the shelf next to guys like Bentley. What is this? For Men Absolute. I would put it on the shelf next to Polaris by Issey Miyake. And this one by Issey Miyake. This is just Nui Dizzy. So those kind of, are in the same classification. Definitely this guy here. This is a really good smoky vanilla bomb by Mercedes. Don't discredit this one because it's a car fragrance. Trust me. And Zadig and Voltaire is produced, kind of designed by the same designer as Encre Noir. Now this one's a little bit different, but still I'd keep these on the shelf together. Same classification. And my beloved. Probably one of the fragrances that really grabbed my attention, was this guy right here. This is John Varvatos fragrance. It's Dark Rebel, and it's discontinued. You can still get it, but this is not a large bottle. This is actually only a 2.5 ounce bottle, and this is black gold as far as I'm concerned. I don't wear this fragrance. I just like to smell it once in a while, so I'll spray a little bit of it. I don't wear it because I don't want to pay $120 for a bottle of this. Like I said, you can still get it, but it's a rare one. It's a hard one to find, and you'd have to pay some hyped up prices on eBay. Anyway, this video, of course, is a review about this one here. I just wanted to show you what type of classification that this fragrance kind of falls under, and if I could speak on this one a little bit more. This one and this one, there's some nuances in this that remind me of this. Now, this is an all-time great. You can ask any reviewer, you can ask any enthusiast. If they know about this fragrance, they'll tell you. If this had better performance, it would probably be in their top 5 favorite fragrances, best fragrance of all time. And the only thing that hurts this fragrance is the performance. But the smell is very, very unique. In fact, I've searched high and low for fragrances in this accord, and it's just hard to match this one. I mean, if you know of anybody watching this video, if you know of anything in this classification that smells kind of even close to this, I definitely would love to get it and sample it and get it for myself because I truly love this one. Anyway, so we'll get to this fragrance here, and I'll give you my thoughts on this one. I like it. Okay, I totally like it. It is elegant. It's it's kind of a mysterious scent. I've listened to some other reviewers talk about it, and it is everything they say it is. I mean, it's a nice dark fragrance. It's got some dryness to it, but at the same time, it's got a dampness to it, and that it's kind of. I know those two sound like they clash. How can you have dry and damp? But you can with this fragrance. It's kind of something else. I think you get a dampness on the first impression of it, especially the only 10 seconds of grapefruit that you'll even notice, because in the top you get black pepper and grapefruit, and the black pepper just is the storm, and the grapefruit is probably just that little crack of lightning, and then it's gone. And then, and then the mid, you get incense and vanilla, and then on a base of sandalwood. I mean, there's not a lot to the fragrance, but the accords and the notes kind of work together in a little bit of a kind of like a small group or a small band kind of play well together. They do really well. Like I said, first, right when you apply the fragrance, you really get the only grapefruit you're going to get, and it's gone in seconds. But I think what it does is it just really causes the black pepper to really shine in a neat way. Like for a second, you get that initial hit. And I think that grapefruit just draws all the other notes out, and it kind of outlines them or presents them for you. But incense and vanilla really come into play here. You really get a pleasant, very pleasant aroma from the scent. Performance, I would say, this is not a room filling fragrance. It's not a great big sillage. And longevity, I wish I could say it was 8 hours, but it's not. It's a skin scent after about 3 hours, to be honest with you. And maybe it'll macerate in the bottle in the dark closet I keep it in. Maybe that'll help. But over time, we'll see. But like I said, it's cold here, and this is a colder weather fragrance. I mean, if you look at the accords and the profile and the notes, it is a cold weather scent. I do get ideas in my head from the fragrance. It has this nostalgia to it that kind of brings, just like if you were to smell the fragrance and close your eyes and think of a time for this fragrance, it'll really take you back to almost simpler times. But, man, it's such a beautiful masculine scent. And I do believe a woman could wear it, okay? Because anybody can wear whatever they want. But I would say, yeah, this kind of takes me back. Like, just, it really does. Like a village, a Nordic village where there's a blacksmith. Man. And a dirt road there where the horses just trod through it, and you can hear the clanging of the swords and axes and the blacksmith creating chivalry and things like that. It just, man, it really takes you back. Like if you were watching the Viking show with Ragnarok and not Ragnarok. What was that guy's name? Oh, I can't remember the guy's name. Ragnar? Anyway, that show that was on, I think, Showtime. And it just makes you think of that. It's got a dark, mysterious vibe to it. But it's done in a modern way. For some reason, somehow or another, you do get a fragrant, perfumey smell out of this one. So you're not just getting this dry sandalwood with incense and vanilla. And the vanilla in this is dry as well. Somehow or another, you get this damp fragrance to it. And I don't know how it does it, because most of the notes come off really dry. But you do get this, somehow or another, you get this dampness that just grabs onto your senses. and it's got, like I said, whereas this one, if you've ever smelled this one, and I don't know, probably not many of you have, because this one, like I said, it's been discontinued. But this one is so darn good. But it just it has these nuances in this this charred smoky incense to it, and this one has a nice smokiness to it. And I give this one on the smoke level a 10 out of 10. This one would probably come in at about a 7 compared to this. But because of this and that, because of its similarities to this, I love this fragrance right here. In fact, it's getting closer to what I really like. I've bought a few others because of this one, because when you go down on Fragrantica and it shows you fragrances that this reminds you of, I've pretty much bought everything in the list, just hoping to find something just like this that performs better, and I haven't yet. But wow, yeah. So yeah, I totally recommend this fragrance, and the reason I do is because it's just not that it's so much different than anything else, but it's just done in a very artistic way. All of these fragrances here that I've showed you here on the table are great fragrances. In fact, I'd say Polaris is probably one of the better ones out of the bunch here. Polaris has just got a lot going on. Oh, this is great too, man. But these type of dark fragrances for this time of year are my favorites. I'm telling you, as being into fragrances, I kind of look forward to the colder weather months. Living in Michigan, you kind of get a little bit of all the seasons, and actually we get a lot of winter. It's winter twice a year in Michigan. So yeah, with these colder weather scents, you know, I really enjoy them, and these expressions like this one here are just, they're rare in form anymore. It's like there's so much of the mainstream stuff out there that people are buying up, and it's like the perfumers just going after that market, and they're really not catering to, I feel like they're really not trying to cater to the eccentric crowd, the ones that are looking for something different, the ones that just they like different, they like to stretch their boundaries, and this fragrance here, it's different, but it's still okay. It's still close to neutral, to where, even like I said, if you're a mainstream type of mass crowd-pleasing type of fragrance lover, that you only like the designer stuff that, I don't know, like Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, the Dior, all of those type of fragrances. And then, you know, if you only like those types of things, this one's not so far off that you would dislike it. This one's still likable. It's still a little bit kind of mainstream. It's still, but it's also, it does push the limits a little bit as far as being dark and mysterious, and that's, to me, it just makes it stand out really well. I'm telling you, it's a great fragrance. It's not discontinued. You can still get this one. There's a female version called This Is Her. So this one is This Is Him. And you can see there's a little wedge cut out of the side of this bottle here. So on the shelf, they kind of sit together. So you kind of see how that works. Anyway, I'm not into women's fragrances and couldn't tell you what that one smells like, but I like this one for sure. But anyway, it's a nice, warm, on the dry down, it gets very creamy, very soft. It's a skin scent after, like I said, about 3 hours. I'm not sure if anyone around you is going to smell it or not. This is my experience with it, and I've only had it, I wore it yesterday, so I've had it a couple days, but yesterday I wore it, and I enjoyed it. I really did. I like it a lot. It will get some, some use. I'll put it in my rotation as far as the season goes. And yeah, it's not an overly sweet type of fragrance. Like I said, you get a lot of black pepper. In fact, that's probably black pepper and sandalwood are your most prominent notes. And then you get your incense and vanilla. And I love that incense because it works well. With the black pepper, incense, and sandalwood, you almost get this, like I said, this smoldering fire type of Like when you wake up at the campground in the morning and there's kind of this haze in the air where all the fires burned out overnight, and you know, you get that smell. Everybody's burning the wood, and all the fires burned out. And you know, with the right temperature, you get this almost like a fog. But yeah, this kind of has that nuance to it, and it's very comforting, very relaxing fragrance. Yeah, like I said, you could pick it up just about anywhere. Fragrantica has it listed as at Fragrance Net. They have it, but you'll pay the premium at Fragrance Net. They have the small bottle for $48.29, larger bottles $62.99. Joma Shop has this bottle for $52.24. Don't forget taxes and shipping. Like I said, Aura fragrance, I think it was a little over 40 bucks, and a couple bucks for shipping. So, but yeah, it's a solid pickup, a great addition to my collection. 100 milliliters with this one, with plenty to rotate from. This should last me for forever, really. I mean, I'm not the type of guy just kind of get into a signature scent. I love to wear something different just about every day. Rarely will I wear the same fragrance twice in a row. And this one, I would say you can pretty much wear it in any occasion. I don't think it's anything that would be offensive at all. Yeah, it's such a great scent. I wouldn't really put an age classification to it. It'll suit a young man just as well as an older man. And it's not too youthful to where a mature man can't wear it. It does have a little bit of a mass appeal to it. And I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out. Because it is on the drier side of things. It's definitely an amber woody fragrance. I'm telling you, it's a solid fragrance. It's a solid fragrance. I can't give it a 10 out of 10. I can't. Like, I can't even give this one a 10 out of 10. I love it. I want to say all day, I think I did earlier, that it's a 10 out of 10. But it's not. Performance kills this. You know, and I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the performance, this would probably be a lot of people's best fragrance. I'm telling you, this is that good. But this one here, I don't know. What can I say? Performance doesn't kill this one. The performance on this is probably better than this one, I'd say. But I will say this. Let's say if I had to rate this one on a scale of 1 to 10, I don't know, it's a 7.5, and that's a solid rating for fragrance. I mean, I think it is, even with its longevity issues. Let's see what Fragrantica gives it as far as longevity. So most people say it's long-lasting with a strong sillage. Well, most people say it's moderate sillage. So maybe in a little bit warmer temperature, they might pick that up. But it's kind of cold here in Michigan. I think it was in the 30s yesterday. Today it's in the 40s. So I'm going to say I disagree with the sillage thing. But then again, I don't know for sure. I don't know if anyone could pick it up. But I felt like I couldn't smell it. And I put 3 or 4 sprays on my neck, 1 on each wrist. And I couldn't smell it. I mean, maybe I just was used to it. I don't know. You know how that can be. But it's definitely a good one. I'm telling you, it's something that you could dress it up, dress it down. I don't think you need a suit and tie to wear this one. I don't think you need a suit and tie to wear any fragrance. I hear that a lot. These people, these other reviewers, they'll say, oh, you got to dress this one up. This is black tie only. And I don't believe in that. I really don't. Like this one here, this Bentley for Men Absolute. I don't think this is a dressed up fragrance. I love it. It's a soft pencil shaving type of, out of a pencil sharpener. It's got some moss in there. I mean, this thing here, I wouldn't feel like you'd need to dress up to wear this one. This is just one of those cozy fragrances. There's nothing to it, really. But anyway, guys, I'm telling you, Natalie Lorson, she, like I said, she was behind this fragrance as well on Cray Noir. And this is niche quality. Ask anybody, they'll tell you the same thing. And you could pick this one up for under $30. Nice bottle. It looks like an ink bottle almost. And there's a reason for that. This has a real dark, inky. Oh, man. Wow. This is a wet forest right here. A wet evergreen forest with dried leaves on the ground. Oh man, this is so good. That woman is awesome who created this one and this one here. So yeah, so she did very well with this fragrance. Like I said, maybe performance is better. Maybe the bottle just needs to macerate a little bit. I'm not sure. I didn't look at the batch code and look it up and see how old it is or whatever. But what I can tell you is, like I said, my experience with the fragrance, I got about 3 hours of longevity out of it, and then it became a skin scent. That's all I can tell you, and that may differ from what other reviewers have said about it. But for $40-something, or even $50, I mean, it's still worth it as far as I'm concerned. And if you're thinking about getting the fragrance, I'd try to get it before it's discontinued, because then the price is just going to go up on it, like all of them seem to do. But anyway, guys, that's my review on Zadig and Voltaire's. This is him. And like I said, there's no point in just dragging it out. Like I said, I give you my thoughts on it, break down the notes for you. It is what it is. It doesn't have a lot of notes going on here. And as far as that goes, I mean, all the notes are visible. They're all major players, except the grapefruit. Like I said, you get about 6 seconds of grapefruit and it's gone. And then it's black pepper, incense, and sandalwood. The vanilla, it comes and goes. It's kind of a strange thing. But overall, it's a good fragrance. Like I said, it's got a nice vibe to it. I like it. It's almost gothic. It's got that warrior vibe, that masculine type of provider, hunter-gatherer type of thing going on. This thing, yeah, it's not dated, but it smells from a different time. It really does. Yeah, yeah, it's great. As far as I'm concerned, it's great. So yeah. Well, thanks for checking it out, man. I appreciate all of you stopping by. See you next time.